Hello friends, welcome back to Digitalk and the session 4 of Docker. In this session, we will see how we can install the Docker on Linux system. Okay, so I will give you an overview with the execution command. What are the command for the executions? And then apart from that, I will execute all the commands on the Linux system as well. Okay, so this is my AWS account, and let me go to my EC2 and let me see if I have certain instances are running or not. Okay. Okay, so I have 4 instances are there, but all are stopped. And but I think I already have the Docker already installed on all of the servers. So what I will do, I will create one more virtual machine here. Okay, let me give the name as Docker machine 1. Okay, and then I will take the Red Hat as a Linux image. Okay, and then the instance, it is a 64-bit architecture. Then I will go with the T2 micro only. Okay, which is eligible for free tier. I already have a key, so I will use the same key for the login. Okay, and then let me see the other configurations. So further I will go for the default configurations and I will check all the options to allow the traffic from the internet. Right, I will go with the default 10 GB of storage. Okay, I will not go for the advanced configurations. Number of instances 1. Okay, this is T2 micro with the Red Hat OS, right, and one volume with the 10 GB of space. Let me click on the launch. Okay, it will take few seconds, okay, for launching the instance, and then you will see the message the instance is launched. Now go back to your EC2 and then instance status, okay, and then let me see what is the status for now. It will take some time to refresh. Okay, this is a Docker machine 1 which I have created, and then the status is pending. It will take certain time, few seconds or a couple of minutes for the machine to be ready for login. In between, let me go back and explain you the command for that one, how we can install the Docker on the Linux machine. Okay, so what is the command? So first command is you have to update the system. This is not necessary, it is an optional, but it is always recommended to update your system with this update command. Okay, and after that you have to add the Docker repository. So this is a repository that you have to be add in a Linux system, so that from this repository the Docker software will be downloaded. Okay, there are a lot of repositories. You can get the URL of that particular repository, and then you can use this command to add it in your Linux system, right? So now when the repository is created or added, after that you have to run the this command, right, tnf install and then -y and docker, and then the images that you have downloaded from there. Okay, from the added from the repository. Okay, so you have to run this command. So this will install the Docker in your Linux system. Okay, so I will give you this command and the complete description with all the details in the description of this video. Okay, you can get the command from the description of this video if you want to execute. Okay, and then you have a few commands to start and enable the Docker. Okay, you have to start the Docker with this your systemctl command with the start and then Docker. And similarly, you want to enable the Docker as well. So whenever your system get rebooted, it will be automatically start your Docker. It will enable your Docker. Okay, and you can check the status of your Docker with the status command as well, right? And then after that one, if you wanted to check the Docker version, then you have a command docker -- version for that one. Okay, and to test your Docker if it is working or not, and you can able to pull the images or not, you can run the sudo docker run command, and then you can give the name images hello-world. Okay, this is the testing image, and once you will run this one, then you have to see, you can see this output. Okay, and hello from Docker, this message shows that your installation appear to be working correctly. That means this will give you a confirmation that the installation of Docker is successful in your system. Okay, and you wanted to check any information about the Docker, then you have to run the command sudo docker and then info. Okay, so sudo I have added because I don't have the access on my user ID to run the command directly, so I have added the sudo. If you have the proper access, then you don't need to add the sudo in any command. You can directly run the Docker in the syntax of the command. Okay, so this is a simple process for installation of Docker in your Linux system. Okay, and then let me go back and see if my machine is ready or not. Okay, let me refresh the screen again. Okay, okay, now you can see the instance is running now. Okay, and if I click on this particular machine, okay, then you can see the other details at the below of this one. So this is my public IP for this machine, okay, and this is my private IP, and this is my private DNS, private IP DNS for the machines, right? The instance is running, and then there are a lot of other configurations that you can see inside the networking, security, storage, and monitoring status check as well, right? So I will access my machine with the help of this public IP, and when I have created this machine, I have allowed all the traffic from the internet. If you will not allow the traffic from the internet, then you will not able to log into your EC2 machine. Okay, so let me take this public IP and then let me log into my machine with the help of this particular public IP using a SSH client. So I have copied this public IP and let me go to my SSH client. Okay, and this is the IP that I have given. This is the public IP, and because the authorization is using the keys, so I will select my private key here. Okay, and then I will click on open. Okay, and the default user for EC2 machine is EC2-user, and the password will be done with the help of your private key that I have selected, right? So now I logged into my Unix machine, right? And what I need to do is now I need to install the Docker, right? So what are the commands that we'll see how we can execute? So this is the first command that will be need to execute, okay, but this is optional. Okay, this will update your system, so I'm not going to update this one because this will take me some time. I'm skipping this one, okay, but it is always recommended to execute this command. Okay, and then you have to run this command to add your Docker registry, right? Let me add this command. Okay, now adding repo from this one. Okay, so now this one, the repository is added now. Okay, now let go back and then run the command to install the Docker. So now we have the repository added, right? Click on this one and then click on installation. So you can see that is downloading some images, right? And then this is the Red Hat Linux images, and then these are different RPMs that is downloading, right? And this is you can able to download because we have added the repository. If you will not add this particular repository, then this command will not work for you. Okay, so make sure first you are adding the repository and then you are running this command for the installation. Okay, it will take some time for the installation of the Docker, and in the meantime you can see all the instructions on the screen, what all the components that are getting installed, okay, what all the packages that it is getting installed on the screen. Okay, so this particular session is not about the EC2 image. However, I have shown you that I am installing it on EC2 Linux machine. Okay, whenever you are doing the exercise, you may have the Linux machine already ready with you. You can use that machine and then you can directly run the command. But if you don't have the Linux machine with you, then you can sign up for the Amazon free basic free tier account, and then you can create your own EC2 machines. Okay, so creating an EC2 machine is very straightforward and easy. Okay, it is just couple of minutes of time that you can build your Linux machine and do your hands-on. Okay, I will going to post one more session on how to create a Linux machine on the AWS, how to log in with the free sign up that I have already posted. You can see that one, and EC2 machine I will post shortly. Okay, so that you can, if you want, then you can use that as well for your hands-on. Okay, so now you can see that your Docker is installed on the system, right? So we have added the repository and then we have installed the Docker, right? And after that, if you want to start the Docker, then this is the command that you have to give there. Okay, so let me copy this command. Okay, and okay, so it is copied now, and let me go back and then give it here. Okay, it will take some time, and now it is running. Okay, and you to check the status, how you can check the status is the same command for checking the status as well. Okay, let me copy paste it there. Okay, I have some restrictions on entering the backspace. Okay, and let me copy the command from there. Okay, so this is the same command. Instead of start, you have to give the enable. This is just to enable the Docker, so that when you start your host machine next time, so it will automatically be start or enable your Docker system. Okay, now the Docker is also enabled. Okay, now if you wanted to check the version of the Docker, then you can run this command, which is sudo docker -- and then version command, right? This is showing the version is 24.0.7. okay, and then if you wanted to run the text, test Docker container, okay, for the testing to make sure that your Docker installation is successful or not, then you can run sudo docker run then hello-world. Okay, as I said, if your account has the right access, then you don't need to specify the Docker. Okay, and then once you run this one, it will show you that unable to find image locally. That means this image is not there in your local system for now. Local is not there, so it is going to pull it from the library. So it will pull from the library, and then you will see the message that hello from Docker, and this message shows that your installation appears to be working correctly. Okay, so that means our installation is successful now, and if you want to see the information about the Docker that you have installed, then you can run the docker info command. Okay, and this will display you the some more detailed information about the Docker that you have installed in your system, right? So now your Docker is installed and you are good to go for the creation of your images and to run the other commands to create the containers, to start the containers. Okay, and then from the next session we are going to start with the images, now how to pull the images or how to build your own images, how to run the containers. Thanks for watching this video.